You know, a lot of times in the Transformers Generations storylines, we've gotten the major characters like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, Shockwave, etc. But what about the other characters like, the army builders? What about those army builders? So let me tell you about one certain soldier placed in the Decepticon ranks. So, shall we? Now, before we take a look at the figure itself, it's always nice to have a look at the packaging itself. So we got the picture there of the Decepticon soldier himself, front and center. Very nice artwork there. I love it. His name is Decepticon Soldier, Studio Series Gamer Edition, number 8, Transformers. On the side of the box, we have the size class identification there, Deluxe class right there, Studio Series number 8, Decepticon Soldier's head sculpt there, and we got the full image of the Decepticon Soldier on this side. We got the Gamer Edition logo on the top. It says Transformers Cybertron, the video game itself, and on the back of the box we have the obligatory product shots. We've got the robot mode, the vehicle mode, 12 steps, and of course you have the identification of the backdrop, save Zeta Prime, and of course the bio right here, written in different languages, but the English language says Decepticon soldiers capture the Autobots and transport them to Kaon prison. Very cool. Takes me back to the video game right there. So there we go. So I think that's pretty much it for the packaging itself, so let us move on with the review proper. And moving right along, here we have the Studio Series Gamer Edition Deluxe Class Decepticon Soldier. Yes, the next figure in our Gamer Edition subline. And here he is, fully transformed into his vehicle mode. And I really dig the design of this vehicle mode right here. Very cool looking. Now, this figure is an extensive remold of the Gamer Edition Barricade, and I ain't mad because they remolded a lot on this figure, where I don't really see any parts that he shares with Barricade, except for the gun right here, because the gun they do share. Yeah, all in all, it's a very nicely done retool of Barricade. Like, this vehicle mode just looks so different compared to Barricade, and we'll see that clearly when we get into comparisons. And yeah, you can see he's done all the nice metallic green around him, got the metallic purples right up front and right here as well. My only real complaint about this figure is the lack of paint. He definitely could have used a lot more paint. Black could have benefited in his paint job as well, because, it would have been better if he was done in black. But yeah, the unpainted gray, not a big fan. But design-wise, I love it, but paint-wise, it's definitely an issue with this figure. He definitely could have used a bit more paint, like the metallic purples. Could have used a bit more. We got some purple trim around the wheels right there, and the wheels do roll quite freely. So, on smooth surfaces, he doesn't really roll that freely, but I'm pretty sure he will roll freely on rough surfaces, because the wheels do roll freely, but yeah, there we go. On the back here, we have a tiny little Decepticon symbol tampoed on there. And got a lot of nice molded in detail. Unfortunately, it's just not picked out in paint, which is, yeah, again, my main complaint with this figure. So, there we go. And then you can see the bottom, and see how everything works there for the robot mode transformation. Yeah, all in all, it's got quite a solid vehicle mode. Just needed a little bit more paint to break up the gray. So, but still a very nicely designed vehicle mode. So let us bring in some size comparisons. Just because here we have the Decepticon Soldier compared with the APC Toys. What's his name? I forgot his name, but you know what? He's Viacon. He is Viacon from Transformers Prime. That's who he is. So that's the APC Toys Viacon from Transformers Prime. You can see how the two army builders look together. And there you go. There we have the entire Gamer Edition collection right here. And yeah, they look really good together. I love the designs of the Gamer Edition figures so far. In terms of alt mode anyway, I think they really knocked the alt mode out of the they really knocked the alt mode designs out of the park as far as I'm concerned. some figures suffer in robot modes, but in alt modes, they really look so good. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this upline, and I really hope we get more. And I believe we're gonna get a Ratchet down the line, and of course a reactivate Bumblebee. So I definitely cannot wait to get those 2 figures. So yeah, very excited, very excited. So now that we're here, let's have a look at Barricade and Decepticon so we can see where they remolded the bits. Let's start from the bottom. You can see here that they do share this double hinge bit, but other than that, I don't. They do share the crotch piece. They do that. Yeah, they share that crotch piece right there, but they don't even share wheels. You know, they don't even share wheels. Everything on this alt mode is completely different compared to this guy. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the amount of retooling that they did to the mold here, and yeah, very well done as far as I'm concerned. Very well done. I dig it. I very much dig it. So yeah, like, and here's the thing: when you do a heavy remold, when Hasbro does a heavy remold, I'm gonna be honest with you, they do a really good job with it, and in this case, they did a fantastic job with the retooling here. I'm impressed, like literally impressed right here. So yeah, just whoo. Very awesome, very cool. It's like, while I'm holding the same toy, it is not the same toy at the same time. So that's awesome. That's awesome to me. That's magic right there. So anyway, that is pretty much it for the ultimate comparisons right here. Alrighty, I think we're pretty much done with the vehicle mode itself. It looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. So let us transform Decepticon into his robot mode. Now the transformation is quite similar to Barricade, but there's some parts that are a little bit different. So first things first, of course we moved the gun, and we'll show that off in a little bit. First things first, we're going to untab this entire section right here. It can be a little bit hard to tab in because it tabs in very securely. Woo. There we go, just crack it open and just bring this up, and we'll secure this in a little bit. So the arms here, they have a hook tab right here, so they are hooked onto this section right here. Just make sure and just untab that like so, and then this tab goes into that slot for vehicle mode. So just bring up the arm just like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Make sure this is untabbed, unhooked, and just bring up the shoulder, and there we have that done. So now we can continue transforming the arms. Open up this panel right here, and then flip out the hand, rotate the hand around so that everything's already properly. Close that up, and there we have an arm all done and ready. Let me zoom out a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. So do the same thing on your side. Just open this up, flip out the hand, and rotate the hand around. Close that up, and there we have the arms all done. So easy transformation there. So now for the legs, all you have to do is you have to rotate the waist 180 like so, and then you can split all of this, split all of that like so, and then bring this piece down like so. Not all the way yet. Bring this piece down like that, and you want to take the foot and just bring this down until it clicks into place. Bring the foot down and let it click into place. There we go. Now for these sections right here, I mean, you can leave this like this if you really want to, but for the proper transformation is you want to untab this, and you want to rotate this around. You can see this tab right here is meant to go into this diamond shaped slot. So just bring this over and then tab that in, and then bring this down, and that will just stop there at that notch. And there we have that section all done. So now we can take this section right here, just bring this all the way down, and this tab will go into that little groove right there. It doesn't really tab in super securely, it's just a place for it to rest, but that's where it goes. So there we go. There we have a leg all done. So do the same thing on the other side. Untab this, and then rotate this around until it tabs into place like so. Bring this down and let it stop into that notch, and bring this whole thing down and let it thoop into place. It doesn't really thoop, it just really rests there. So this side this side doesn't really want to stay tabbed in super securely. I don't know why, but anyway, it's a place for it to rest. But there we go. There we have the legs pretty much all done and ready, and we can stand them up now. And let me zoom out a little bit more, and we can secure the backpack. So now bring this double hinge down just like so, and then there is a tab. It goes to a slot right there, and just line all this up, tab that in, tab all this in, and I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we are done. So there we have the Decepticon soldier fully transformed into his robot mode. And I honestly think he looks very cool in his robot mode. Definitely looks better than Barricade in my opinion. He works better than Barricade. And yeah, I mean, he still retains some of the issues that Barricade had, but articulation is more freed up due to less kibble on top here. So yeah, I mean, hey, I got no issues with that. So yeah, but yeah, I love his design. Absolutely love his design. A lot of retooled bits right here in robot mode as well. So again, while it is essentially the same toy as Barricade, it's not the same toy at the same time. So again, very well done in terms of the retooling here. So very impressive, very impressive. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at his head sculpt again. Very soldier-like head sculpt. I love it. So he doesn't really have a face. He just has an orange paint for the visor right there, and that's it. So there you go. Love the metallic green paint on the helmet. I think that looks gorgeous. Love the chest design right here. The Decepticon symbol on the chest right there. Nice metallic green paint that has been used on this figure. Yeah, nicely done. Definitely could have used a bit more paint in robot mode to break up all the unpainted gray plastic that's on him. So, it is what it is though. So, but all in all, not too bad looking. So let's talk about the articulation with this figure. The head is on a ball joint, but I'm not gonna move it because it's too snug. It's very snug, so conceivably it will be able to rotate a full 360. It can't really look up, can't really look down. The shoulders can rotate a full 360, can move in and out a little bit. You do have a bicep swivel right here. You have an elbow joint, slightly under 90 degrees of bend, and since the wrists are on a ball joint, you can rotate the wrist a full 360, a little bit wiggly waggly there. He does have a waist rotation. The legs can move up that far, can move back that far. He can only move out the legs only that far. He does have a swivel at the thigh right there. And he does have a knee joint about 90 degrees there, but sometimes when you move the knee, I will say this section right here, if I move the knee by holding this, this doesn't move. I don't know why. You have to hold all of the leg to get the knee joint working there. So a little bit unfortunate there, but anyway, the feet can only move up due to transformation. There's no ankle tiltage, unfortunately. So definitely, he definitely has some lack of articulation, but at least the legs are more freed up compared to Barricade. So I will give them that. So, and of course the hands are more freed up due to the remolding here. So I will give them that as well. So now let's talk about his weapon. So can he hold the weapon normally? No, he can't, because with every Gamer Edition figure, we have the option of removing the arm and replacing the arm with the weapon itself. And to me, that looks skinny and lanky and very dinky looking. I'm not the biggest fan of how that looks. You can store the arm on the back of the figure. There's a tab right here. There's a slot, so just tab it in like so. And there we go, we can tab it onto his back. But for me, what I'm gonna do is just gonna store the gun on the back like so. Just tab that in and then plug in and just give his arm back. So yeah, because I just don't like the way the gun looks on this arm, because the gun is just too small. The gun is just too small, but yeah. But there we go. I mean, there's not much to it. He's just the retool barricade, so there we go. So let us bring in some size comparisons. Here is the Decepticon Soldier compared with the APC Toys Viacon from Transformers Prime. Well, a knockoff version of the Prime robots in disguise Viacon, but it's the exact same toy, exact same size and everything. So there we go. You can see how the two army builders look together. And here we have the entire Gamer Edition family so far. It's got Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Sideswipe, Barricade, Starscream, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. And they look really good together. Again, they look really good together. I mean, some of the robot modes are definitely a little bit sacrificed, like these two and Barricade, but the others are quite good. So now that we're here, let's again bring the Decepticon Soldier and Barricade together here. And again, there's a lot of remolding between the two. The crotch piece still remains the same. They share the same hands. I think they share the same hips, the ball sockets there. They do share those. I believe they share like a little bit of the elbow there, the bicep there. I think they share that. Or not. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. I don't think they share that as well. I think this section is also remolded on this one. So yeah, they don't even share that. So yeah. Again, a lot of remolding between the two, and I think Hasbro did a pretty good job with the remolding for this figure. And yeah, there's not a lot of parts that's been shared between the two figures. Like, again, I'm holding essentially the same toy for this as this guy, but at the same time, it is not the same toy. So yeah. And that's magic. That's black magic there. Like, man, Hasbro just surprises you in every way, shape, or form. It's like night and day between the two. And honestly, I think, honestly, this one is better than Barricade. Yeah, it's so much better as far as I'm concerned. Like, the legs are more freed up and the hands are more freed up, so he has more range of movement compared to this guy. This guy is like, the articulation is just so limited, and it's just so yeah. The worst figure of this Gamer Edition subline so far. Whereas this guy is a huge improvement compared to this one. So, but there you go. That is pretty much it. There we go. My tongue stops working. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons right here. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Deluxe Class Decepticon Soldier. And honestly, I think this is a really cool figure in my opinion. While it is an extensive remold of Barricade, it's a nicely done retool. Like, Hasbro retooled so much on this figure to make it look so different compared to Barricade. And that is just magic. That is just black magic to me. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and I'm impressed. I'm absolutely impressed. So that is one good point about this figure. Another good point is how the legs are more free in terms of the articulation. Like, now with less kibble on top here, the legs can move freely, and that's amazing. I'm okay with that. Like, I have no issues with that whatsoever. I'm so glad that they removed the extra kibble that was like right here, so, and they moved it down here. So I think that really helps out with the range of movement there. So again, another good point about this figure. Another good point about this figure. Third good point about this figure is how easy the transformation is. I've always wanted to. When I buy figures, I must make sure that I have fun transforming the figure. And this one is no different, because this has a smooth, fluid transformation. It's easy to do, so I have no complaints with the transformation whatsoever. So I'll give 2 thumbs up for the transformation. Now those are the 3 good points about this figure. Now, what about the bad points about this figure? Now, One bad point is the lack of paint. He definitely could have used a bit more paint, like more green, more purple, more darker colors, because as is, the unpainted gray is not working that well for him. Yeah, he definitely could have used a bit more paint to break up all the unpainted gray. Maybe silver would have been wonderful, but oh well, it is what it is. And another bad point about this figure is the lack of articulation. He lacks the ankle tilts. He lacks the... He lacks a full split, but I don't really care about the full splits. I just don't really care. That's pretty much the only thing he lacks. He lacks the ankle tilts. That's pretty much the only thing he lacks. Everything else he pretty much has. So yeah, that's one thing that he really needed for the articulation to be better. But oh well, it is what it is. So those are the two main points, the two main cons about this figure. But overall though, the pros outweigh the negatives. I'm pleased with this figure. I'm absolutely pleased with this figure. It's an army builder, and it's a really cool army builder too. So if you want to get multiple figures of this guy, go ahead. And you want to customize a few others to be red, to be blue, to be, you know, whatever color you choose. Hey, the only limit is your imagination. So, alright, so if I were to rank this guy from a scale of 1 to 10, since he has 2 cons, I will give him a solid 8 out of 10. Like, I'm good with this guy. I'm good with this guy. At least he's better than Barricade, okay? He's better. Leaps and bounds better than Barricade. I will give them that. I will give him that. So, I think that is pretty much it for today's video review, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you will not miss any of my future videos. And you can always check out my Studio Series reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I will post a link to that playlist in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Deluxe Class Decepticon-Soldier. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out to all one, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Yeah!
Greetings, Transformers fans. My name is Alita1. I would like to thank you for watching JJ Prime Reviews. If you would like to see more reviews, live unboxings, or even tutorials on the channel, hit the subscribe button and smash that bell icon to get notified when a new video is uploaded on the channel. Thank you, and see you next time. Till all are one.